Hey there, love bug. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Monty J, and all my social media will be linked in the description box down below, or I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere right here. So today, we're gonna get into my kind of nutritional tips and tricks that I use to lose the first 25 pounds. I actually still use these tips now for my weight loss. Excuse my eye itches just a little. I still use these tips now to help me to, maintain the weight loss and to lose even more weight. So, let's get straight into this video. Tip number 1 is going to be make water. Yes, water. Your primary source of drink or hydration. And I say that because for one, it's going to clean out your system. It's going to help you to suppress your appetite. It's going to help you to kick some of those bad cravings like for sugar and salt and things like that. And plus your body desperately is going to need it. Your body is composed of mainly water, and your cells need water to properly operate. So let's just make water the primary source of hydration. That doesn't mean you can't have juice or soda every now and again, but water is your go-to. Tip number 2. Sorry, I'm going to look this way. I kind of have my computer with all my tips up. Tip number 2, when you go shopping at the market or wherever, make sure you shop around the aisles. A bulk of your shopping should be done around the aisles, because once you start to get in the aisles, that's where you get your processed food, your added salt, your preservative aisle. You'll find still your black beans and your brown rice. But I find that the more natural versions of that are in the last 2 to 3 aisles before you get to the outer side of the of whatever market you're at, where they hold like their dairy and their fruits and all that good stuff. So make a bulk of your shopping be around the aisles. Tip number 3, look for 1 ingredient items. These would be ingredients items like chicken, asparagus, apples, green beans. You get what I'm saying? When you look at it or grab it, it literally has 1 ingredient, and it's the item that you're picking up. It's just gonna make it so that you're getting the nutritional value that you need to. You don't have to worry about anything being added to the food, any unnecessary extra stuff. It just makes your diet a lot cleaner. Tip number 4, if you're gonna cut a macro, vet your carbs and your protein. If you're gonna cut one, you need to balance the rest of them out. So for instance, if you're gonna go on a ketogenic diet, you'll find that most people up their fats. That way your body kind of doesn't miss anything, and then you don't feel sluggish, because your body prefers to use carbohydrates as its energy source. But you can manipulate things how you want. Just try to keep it balanced. So you cut one thing, just make sure you balance out everything else. Tip number 5, try to keep the protein sources that you use very clean, very lean. So when I say things like that, I mean try to avoid red meats or things like that take a long time to process in your body and cause a lot of inflammatory issues. So go for things like chicken, fish, lean choices, turkey, things like that. And also, if you're someone that's going to the gym often, you need to make sure you're getting the right amount of protein. Protein, you need to definitely be getting in to rebuild the muscles that you're tearing down. If you go online and type in protein calculator, it'll tell you how much protein you need to be eating for your body weight, your height, and all that good stuff. You're gonna want to find that out. It's everyone's gonna be a little different. So moving on, for number 6, go for slow digesting carbs. Those are carbs that are more natural, and it takes your body longer to process them, so it makes you feel fuller longer. So when I say slow digesting carbs, I mean brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes. You got some green vegetables that will be slow digesting carbs, and some fruits and things like that. So just choose good carbs. I'm not saying you can't have white rice and regular potatoes every now and again, but those are gonna not take as long to process, and you might find yourself a little hungrier. So, number 7. Number 7, snacks should be a great way or a good opportunity for you to go ahead and sneak in some micronutrients. If you don't remember what a micronutrient is, those would be things like iron, zinc, and fiber. So try to just find little snacks that'll kind of help you fulfill what you need. You actually would be surprised how easy it can be to get your micronutrients in. So for example, if you eat an apple with let's say peanut butter, the apple is going to be a good way to sneak in some dietary fiber, as well as something like green vegetables as a snack, maybe snap peas or with some hummus or things like that, just to get your fiber and your iron in. So I try to use my snacks to sneak in my micronutrients, but they're also very delicious. So number 8, limit, you don't have to completely get rid of, but I suggest that people limit their dairy intake and their red meat intake, because dairy is considered an inflammatory food group, meaning it's going to make you bloated, it's going to give you unnecessary weight, it's going to give you gas and things like that. So again, I'd say find you some substitutes that you really like. Like I said, I have a video of some vegan substitute for like sour cream, cream cheese, milk, yogurt, all that good stuff. So if you want to just try to swap out a few things, I'm not saying change it all completely right now, but just, try a few swaps. Number 9, soda and fried food should be next to none. That don't mean you can't go get you a jumbo half and half light ice with a chicken box, salt, pepper, ketchup, and everything. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying limit how often you do that. It's just not healthy for you. It's just a great way to put on fat. There's lots of calories in that meal that I just listed by itself, just based off the fact that it's fried. Chicken by itself is not bad, but when you add the salts and the extra seasonings and you fry it and put the grease on it, now it's a problem. So I'd say if you tend to do a lot of fried foods, try the item baked, or get you an air fryer. Air fryers are a great investment. I suggest getting one. Or incorporate your fried foods that you're gonna eat, whatever, into your cheat days, or cheat meals, not cheat days. Do cheat meals, not days. It'll help you kind of keep yourself within your dietary balance and give you a little freedom. So for instance, I would say, let's say it's a Friday night and you're going out all day Friday, eat how you're supposed to, and then once you hit the bar, go ahead and have those chicken wings with the beer or the drink or whatever. That way your day or your progress for the week hasn't been ruined from having a cheat day. Just go for a cheat meal. Number 10, find healthy alternatives to items that you already enjoy. So for instance, I used to like ice cream a lot. Sometimes it's just the sweetness of the ice cream, not necessarily that it's dairy or the thickness. So what I went and I got was like freeze pops. I call them freeze pops or fruit pops. I'll try to insert a picture of the brands that I get. But a fruit pop, it's something that keeps me going, keeps me feeling like, ooh, I cheated a little bit. So find you some good healthy alternatives just to try and switch out with some bad things. So for instance, a small change could be if you eat Ruffles or any other chip, if you go to your market and they have the baked version of that chip, get the baked version. It's a small change, makes a big difference. So number 11, if you get really bored with your meals, kind of just don't be afraid to switch things out. If your protein's clean, if your carbs are slow digesting, and you pick a healthy fat like avocado, nuts, things like that, you can't go wrong with whatever you choose. You know what I'm saying? Just pick a clean protein, slow digesting carb, and then definitely keep some green leafy vegetables on your plate too. So definitely don't be afraid to just switch things out. That's okay. Sometimes you want to try new things with your meal plans or your meal diet, because you'll find that you'll get bored very easily. and then you'll want to quit, which is not the goal. So let's try to avoid that. Number 12. Tip number 12. This is the last tip. I do have a bonus tip, but this is the last tip that I wrote down that I say is like my definite what I would include to tell somebody else. So number 12 would be don't add sugar or heavy salts to your foods. Again, this is something I'm not saying that you can never. I'm just saying limit how often or how much. So I try to find foods that are already appealing to my taste buds, or that are naturally kind of salty, naturally kind of sweet, things like that. You get what I'm saying? So for instance, I try to do, like, for a snack, chips and salsa. Chips are naturally a little salty. The salsa is naturally got, you know, a couple of flavors going on. So find you food items that are naturally appealing to your taste buds already. I usually don't add any sugar to anything. I add seasonings to my food, but I'll use like the Mrs. Dash low sodium or no sodium. Excuse me. So that I'm not adding a lot of unnecessary bloating to myself. Salt makes you hold a little bit of water weight, and then on top of that, sugar has calories. So if you're finding that you're someone that is tracking your calories and your macros and all that, but you're finding that you're still adding on weight unnecessarily, it could be that you're adding sugar to your foods or adding unnecessary things to your foods, and you're not calculating or adding in those calories, and it kind of messes you up. So just try to limit how often and how much. So for the bonus tip that I always will suggest is find you a clothing item at the mall that you can't fit at this very moment. Okay? Find it, put it on a hanger, hang it up in your closet, and every day open the closet and look at that item. And it's more of a motivational thing, it's not meant to be a depressing thing by far. So what you're doing kinda is telling yourself, if you want to fit through this item that you paid for and spent your money on, you need to work for it. It's gonna make you want to work for it, you know what I'm saying? So you'll find that your diet is a little more on track, you're a little more consistent at the gym and things like that. And then finally, when you feel yourself kind of slim down and look, you know, ooh, I feel great, try the item on, see if you can fit it. And if not yet, then go a little harder. And if you can, then great, keep going. I'll try to insert a dress that was like my work for it item, I'll call it that, my work for it item. And yeah, it helps a lot.
So I'm gonna stop the video right here, you guys. I just hope that these tips help somebody out. I would suggest you don't do all these tips all at once. Just try to incorporate maybe a tip or two a week, and just pick up habits that you can maintain so you can maintain the weight loss. So I'm going to leave you guys on this note. Please remember to protect your good energy, your good vibes, and get rid of all negative energy by any cost. And it's never that you can't, you just don't know how. So go learn how. Much love, peace, and blessings. Bye.